So, I manifested that you would see this video. The people that are watching this video are meant to be watching this video. First off, I just want to acknowledge where I'm at right now. This is beyond peaceful. And it's so peaceful also in the forest, by the trees, by nature, period, you know. The whole thing with therapy, right? So if you're a person that can't afford therapy, I just want to say I'm not one of those people that say that it's not something that can help, because there's so many different human beings on planet Earth to where it's like, obviously there's some people that something like that would help. But this is also a form of it. And not in the sense of running away and distracting yourself. It's like you can set intentions before you make certain types of actions, you know? You should be intentional with everything that you do, instead of mindlessly just doing things just to do it. It's the same thing with psychedelics. Even though I do not partake in that, it's just, if you are one of those people that do engage in that, it's very important that you set intentions for it. Otherwise, you're literally just wasting. You're just doing it for no reason, because it's like, okay, majority of people do it for the high, but it's like, that's something that can aid in you getting what you want. Another thing that's important too is this whole thing about the manifestation or doing things so that you can get what you want out of life. It's not just a matter of changing your mindset. You also have to put certain types of actions behind it. The most important thing though, it's like, it's not you get it and then you start to behave like that and you start to feel like it. It's like you feel like that, you start to behave like that, and then you end up getting it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it's gonna be confusing and it sounds really dumb, because from birth, you were taught the complete opposite. But I promise you, it's literally not like that at all. It's literally, you feel it first, you know, you behave like that, you act like that, you do the things that associate with that, and then it manifests in your reality. Versus it being like you chasing after it, you get it, and then you'll start to feel like that. You know what I mean? There's so much that's so backwards. Another thing too, just to talk about it, right? Erase everything that you know about intercourse. Erase it all. Like, it's in the music, it's in the movies, the shows, it's from the couples you see around you. Majority of the people around you were all programmed the same way. And it's consistent. It's not like they're gonna, you know, give in and stop showing that type of thing and actually show you how it's supposed to be. No. I'm guessing either you come across a video like this, or you somehow just come into some type of knowledge and realization on your own, or you communicate with other individuals that end up bringing you to that type of awareness. But everything you know about intercourse that's complete opposite as well. It's like everything is the complete opposite, and the way that you know it to be, it's not actually like that, and it's not supposed to be. How it's supposed to be, right? So what's portrayed in the movies, right? Oh, this person looks good. Oh, they got a big butt or big whatever, nice physique, cute face. Oh, let's have some drinks. Okay, now we're out of our mind, right? Okay, let's dance and just make it look all theatrical and beautiful. Then you have intercourse. They make it look spontaneous, and then it's done. You want to know why relationships don't work out? You want to know why there's so many people that are getting surgery? There's so many women that are taking something and inserting it into their skin as a means to be more worthy to keep a relationship. Ultimately, it's not going to work. Because when you think about it, if you had to do something like that in order to keep it, what type of relationship is that? If you had to physically change your physique, I'm not talking about health-wise. I'm talking about when it comes to things in America, right? The things that are portrayed in a lustful way. You know, the things on your chest, the thing packing in the back. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that are portrayed as very lustful. Like, people lust after those things. When really, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's plenty of things that are natural for us to find attractive about people, for men to find attractive. That's normal. But it's for a point, right? For someone to go surgically enhance that in order to be worthy for a relationship, and let's just say that they actually do get to keep the relationship a lot longer because of that. How in-depth is that relationship, though? The person could not appreciate or stay with you for the intellect that you have, or the consciousness that you have, the soul that you have, the type of, not even just a personality, like literally like to your core, right? Morality, all of that, your values. That's not worth it to them. But if you enhance your butt and boobs, right, you are now worthy of a long-term relationship and a ring. When you get old, that stuff disappears. I know that, like, people's like, why does everybody always brings up when you get old when we're all young right now? It's gonna happen eventually. And it's like, it's better you realize it now than when you are old and end up alone. End up alone because you never realized that there's more importance than your physical appearance. Now, don't get me wrong. Your physical appearance is important. Just like it's in nature everywhere. You see it. The birds with the little dancing wings, I always bring them up. You see them dancing around and trying to show themselves off to the female birds to get them, you know, attractive, or, you know, just whatever. All natural. It's all nature. It makes sense, you know, for us to keep up with ourselves, present ourselves in a certain way in order to be perceived at a certain level of attractiveness. Attractiveness is important in order for us to attract a mate. But when it comes to surgically cutting open your body and putting something in there for the appearance of something so that your relationship can last longer, to me, that also makes me wonder, how much do you actually respect yourself as an individual? You could really die, and a lot of them do die. All I'm getting at is they portray the whole thing with the attractiveness being the main thing and the main importance for long-term relationships, and it's really not like that at all. The way you have intercourse, like, oh, you look so good, oh, let's do this, smash, whatever. Okay, either have a baby or you don't have a baby, and then all the hormones, all the chemicals settle down. No more dopamine or oxytocin, whatever. Did you know that when you act on lustful desires and you engage in intercourse based off of lust, that actually makes you less attracted to your partner over time? Like, it's like, why do you think there's so many relationships that don't work out? It's not a coincidence. Of course, again, I understand, because I too was one of those people that was programmed from birth, being shown all of this, like everything, not even just the intercourse thing. There's so much where it's like, it's just backwards. But it's not too late though, because, you know, I'm in my early 20s. I don't know how old you are watching this, but you know now, you know. I'm not going to get into detail on here about how specifically the intercourse is supposed to engage, but this is the main focal point, right? Intellectually, consciousness, right? A person that is so deep-rootedly connected with themselves and respect themselves so much to where in every aspect you can think of, they made the best decision for their overall health and choice. A type of person like that attracts another person like that, and they engage, they're not going to be the types of people, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, because we're all human. It's not to say that the lust does not exist. We're still human. That's going to exist. But lust is a very primal, it's primitive. Why do you think you always see animals doing that? You know what I'm saying? Technically, we're animals too, but you see how much more complex we are. That's why we can do animals. That's why animals are in cages at zoos, you know what I'm saying? And human beings ain't in cages at zoos. Do you understand what I'm saying? The complexity of a human being and mind. And then also figuring out this manifestation stuff and seeing that that's real too. Basically, I'm saying human beings are so much more complex. Human beings are so much more complex than just the regular swoop-de-doo intercourse type thing or whatever, than to reduce it down to just acting on lust. You have the capability of experiencing, once you experience it, you will understand how much more it is than that. It's like sometimes there's not even any words to describe it, right? I'll go more into detail on the live. I just don't want to go into detail on here like that to describe it. It's basically intercourse without lust. So, of course, you have to be sexually attracted to a person. You engage, but it's not just letting the lust take over and then you finish. You know, thinking about a balloon, you know, you fill it up with air and it's just so much air and then it finally explodes. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. For women and men, and it's like then the intercourse is done. But there's actually a way to like prolong it to where it doesn't happen like that. Obviously this is a practice thing, and it obviously is a thing of where you have to be at a certain place consciously. I'm just saying that you're missing out. Like, you're missing out. Like, the way of living that you can experience. That's all I'm saying. But I'm definitely about to...
If you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you and bye.